Hey, welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. In this video, look what we got in the mail. Note, coffee drip bags, metal holder stand. Okay, a bag of something, okay. Oh. Nano Roaster, Monsoon Malabar, Nicaragua Esteli. What is this? I was just getting coffee. And wow, look at this coffee. Vacuum sealed and everything. Wow. Coming all the way from where? Up. United Kingdom. From Jordan. Jordan, thank you. I didn't know you lived in the UK. What the heck? Huh. Maybe there's another Jordan I know that does not live in the UK. All right, we got a Peruvian roast levels medium. Weight, 50 grams. Roasted on, what the heck? You guys put your the day first, I'm guessing. Okay. Cupping sample and enough for one filter with a smiley face. We have a Sumatra Gaia roast level medium. Okay. Roast in March. Wow. A Rwanda Kawakoko roast level light. Wow, I have two mediums and a light to check out. Look at that. Very nice. Coming all the way from the UK, so it really helps that you vacuum it. Yeah, because you don't know how long that's going to take, huh? All right. I have a note here. A thick note. Whoa. Hey, Meg, I've included the roast logs. It's a bit different than most as a roaster. Comb 500 is from China, not very well known, hence the logging software is not the norm. I've given you samples of 3 coffees, Rwanda, Peruvian, Sumatra. I'm not sure much about the Peruvian as I got that green when I was first started roasting. Rwanda, taste notes, rich caramels, lemon, lime, cordial. Process, fully washed. Okay. We'll take a look at these details when we cup them. We're definitely going to cup them. I've included a technical specification sheet for the Sumatra on the back. Love the coffee and the hat from last year, by the way. Cool, thanks. Keep up the great work. Inspiration, learned so much from you. Hey, thank you, Jord. Happy roasting and coffee drinking. Wow, look at all this information. Cool. And then we got, what is this though? Okay. Hey, Meg, sorry for the delay. There was a cyber attack on our main delivery service here in the UK. I've included some extra goodies. The coffee filter drip bags. I guess that's these. Hope you like them. Put them in empty bag. Put in empty bags for you to make your own with your own coffee. Whoa. Ah, okay. So these are the empty drip bags. So we'll save that for another video, I think. Hope you like them. Put in empty bags. You'll make your own coffee. Okay, they are great. So convenient. I'll be taking mine camping this summer. I definitely will be taking mine camping too. Been on a few hikes with the bags. Just needed hot water and a flask to brew. If you're interested in getting more. Oh, that's cool. Wow. Thank you, Jordan. You put the coffee in here? I see. Okay. Wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. Thank you. What a nice gift. That's very thoughtful. And then I get to make it like this. So I'll copy these. So I got to keep some to make sure I do it correctly. Okay. So I'll put all this in this bag. We will save that for another video, and possibly, since it just kind of depends on the weather over here. It's been kind of crazy. This is cool. I even got a stand. So this is like the brewer, or that's the brewer together. So it would like go like this. Wait. Yeah. Ah. And then you put the dripper thingy here. Look how cute that is. Does it fit on my travel one? works like a pour over. Cool, it works. And we can throw this in the travel case up here that you can't see, that's off camera. All right, cool. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you for the goodies. All right, so let's do what we came to do. They feel weird in here though. Oh, smells good. Okay. No wonder. Now, Jordan, you were talking about the culture or whatever in where you're at for drinking coffee is still very much like dark medium. People like dark medium roasts. And I was like, you know what? It gave me an idea for something that I've been wanting to talk about. And when I first started roasting, I only wanted to do light roasted coffee, and I only wanted to sell it. And almost like I wanted to make people drink it the way I wanted it, because I was like, hey, if this is the best way to consume it, in my, high horse opinion, that's the way people should buy it from me, and they just got to deal with it. And it was just a very arrogant, very naive approach to roasting coffee and what it would mean eventually if I wanted to sell coffee. And bring coffee to more people. To my delight and surprise, I was like, you know what? Being a roaster and being in coffee doesn't mean imposing what I believe is good coffee on other people. To me, as I got older and as I began to learn and fall in love with the art of roasting and really learn what roasting meant, I was like, actually, I'm actually just a bridge. I'm part of a really big chain of people and systems and a network and a community of people that make this whole thing go round. Roasting is just a component of what good coffee or great coffee, specialty coffee is. And so I began to just go I really accepted that I can really love my coffee a certain way and I could roast it a certain way. And people are going to really love their dark medium, their dark roast, their dark with milk and sugar, whatever. They're going to just like their coffee how they like it. And I heard this phrase online through another couple that vlogs, and they're like, don't yuck my yum. Don't yuck other people's yums. Don't yuck my yum, which means to say that don't judge or don't hate on what I like. I'm not going to do it to yours, So, yeah, you're just going to run into people, and I think most of the world still prefers a medium dark roasted cup of coffee and really hasn't discovered light roasted coffee. And if they do, they probably maybe don't like it. If they don't like it, fine, and that's okay. I think the underlying thing that I'm trying to get at is that everybody likes their own shit. And that's okay, But I definitely in the beginning, I was just like, that's why I named Black City Coffee. I was like, I want people to drink it black. I'm going to roast at a light level Black City Coffee. It's not that serious. But it was just a very naive, I think, approach to coffee. And it did kind of highlight this new, I was born again when I discovered light roast, that I really like light roast. And honestly, I just wanted to share that with the world at that time. And I still do. But now I respectfully and love the fact that people, if they love coffee, that, then that's really all there is. And even if they don't love coffee, that's also okay. Okay. So, yeah, it's just about that. When you're trying to sell coffee, you're going to have to know that sometimes there's a lot of culture, there's a lot of attachment to the way that people drink their coffee, and to know that that's okay. And if you can be a part of that system that delivers that to people. Like you could deliver your dark medium to these people and they like it. Maybe you don't like to drink it personally or whatever. Or even if they don't even want to try light roasted coffee, like I would be like, hey, it's still cool that at least you're coming to me and asking me to roast you a dark medium or roast you a dark roast or whatever it may be. And I'm happy to be a part of this process for you, you know. And the longer that I stay in coffee, it really just parallels this, like, it's an act of service. And my love language is act of service. So definitely it's like, if I can do that for you, that gives me some joy. And when you give from a place of not having an ego, everything in coffee, no matter how you take it or how bougie you want to be with it or how plain and primal or raw you want to be with it, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get some, grind these up and get some water in these. Okay, all right. Let's get a little sniffy sniff action. Okay, like a little lemon curd. Meaty stewed tomato soy sauce. All right. Boop. Towel. Water. Woo! You have enough water in here? I think so. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, timer. We're using the old camping kettle. Because why not? Okay. Ooh. Right. Smells like camping too. All right. All right, we got our 3 coffees here. They are behaving exactly as you said. You got a light roast here with little, brownie action, whereas these darker roasts, they tend to create these little, like, muffin tops, you know? They're lighter, they're more roasted, versus in a light roast, we see how the grounds fall completely to the bottom. They don't puff up like this one. And that's just indicative of light roast. Less time in the roaster, you know? These little visual cues, you know, I don't know how much they really play in terms of like making you form your opinions about a coffee, but hey, they're there. And sometimes it's nice to check boxes like that. You said it's light? It's doing light things. You said it's medium? It's doing medium things, you know? Things like that. Meanwhile, we have a plethora of information. I rarely get this much information on one of our cupping videos, so this is very nice of you. Very nice, Jord, to print all of this out. And you know, like these days, it's hard to get anything printed. So I'm grateful. Okay. So we got a Peruvian here. What was the second one? We're just going to call them out. Won't be blind. Sumatra. And then this one. Oh, wait. Rwanda, Sumatra, Peruvian. Peru. Okay. So what we're going to do is taste them first, and then we'll go into the data and see what's up, okay? And I won't call out every bit of information here unless we need to. And when we taste something, we'll try to equate that to the data. That'll be fun, okay? So like, ooh, it's acidic. Let's go look at the middle phase and see what's up with that, all right? And that's how we'll do it. Here's our time. Do we got it on the camera here? No. So let's get it on camera. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Like a lemon honey tea. Grape nuts. It's always grape nuts, sorry. This is extremely light. We're just going to knock the table to kind of shake out the excess water on the spoons. That's all I'm doing. Nothing crazy. A little habit I picked up at Clutch. All right. 2 minutes in-ish. Let's look at the color. What are we seeing on the color here? Visibly lighter, visibly darker. That's it. Check, 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 check. Now these are really fun and interesting. Okay. So Jordan, I never call anybody Jord before, but Jordy, maybe. Okay. So you grind it, you put it in the little baggie, and then you have to vacuum seal that. So then that's how you can avoid coffee like going stale, I guess, in the process of waiting, right? That makes sense. And that bag is in another bag. A lot of secondary containment going on here. It's good. I see. I should put it back. So cool. I'll put it right here so I don't forget. Okay, we have to look up your roaster because I didn't recognize it. Okay, is it the 500 gram electric smart coffee roaster? Let's look at the pictures. Yo, wow, look at this. Oh, can you see that? What do those makeup people do? That's crazy. Hey, it's pretty, I'd say. Whoa, electric too, huh? Dude, for the longest time, I was like trying so hard before I got the gas and I was researching. I was like, dude, I want to get the electric one. And remember that company, is it Baymore? I think it was Baymore, but they were going to put out an electric 1 kg roaster. And I don't think it ever got off the table, but there was a lot of hype around it. I put my email address down. I was like, yo, let me know. Because I knew that an electric roaster at home was just going to be easier. Like having gas gives you a lot of power and you're able to have a lot more access to a lot more green that way because you have a roaster that's super capable. And I was just like, yeah, but I'm just, doing this little thing, so I was really trying to get an electric one. And the electric models that were available to me at the time, I just didn't either like their look or the power that they could produce. And so I didn't go for it. And I went with the Mill City Roaster because I was like, you know what? This is an investment. I want all the power. And I went with the Mill City Roaster. Okay, 6 minutes in. Let's go. Let's taste these. You're not supposed to be expressive at the cupping table, but you already know we're on camera. I got a meeting in like an hour. No, like 30 minutes. Yo, okay. On the first run, the acidity hits me on all of them quite nicely. We have a light roasted here, Rwandan. We have a medium roasted here, Sumatra. And then a medium roasted Peruvian. There's a really solid acidity on both of these for being medium. So well done there. And the reason why I like that is because when we start going medium, especially from a Sumatran, I'm expecting baking spices, chocolate, peanuts, peanut butter, something like that, but more and more Sumatra is producing a lot more interesting cups, not just like the typical thing that you would get from a Sumatran. So that's always really nice to taste. Really nice heavy body, syrupy, and then still bring in some interesting kick and zing with some acidity in there, okay? Some citrus note, some fruity note. This one is creamier. Syrupy, richer here. This one, sweet and creamy, like a cream soda, creamsicle, cream orange soda. That guy. That's what I'm getting there. This was like a fudgy, brownie, raspberry coulis on top, okay? Good. Okay, now this one. This was like, whoa, is what I like. This is what kind of tickles my fancy all the time. These light roasts, acid head, loving kind of roasts. It's lemons. It's lemons. It's lemonade. It's black tea. Arnold Palmer comes to mind. It reminds me of this geisha that I once had. It's really good. It's lemonade. It's lemons, and it's a black tea. Very good. There's a strong tea element in here. Yeah, definitely. Through and through. And then this is very indicative of a Rwanda coffee. Just like citrus, light-bodied, tea-like, delicate, acid forward, and really just well roasted through. I still feel like I'm drinking coffee, not tea, right? It still feels like it has a good amount of body in the cup. It's not so thin that I'm like, oh, you didn't roast that enough. No, it's actually really well roasted, really well rounded out, and it really sits well on the tongue and on the palate in terms of its body. And that's a big thing for me. Like with a light roasted coffee, I like light roasted coffees, but I should know I'm drinking coffee and not tea. There should be a clear distinction between the two. And that's what you've done here. And that's what I always try to do as well. Well done. Now, there's nothing of drinking these coffees that would make me want to go, what did you do in your profile, in your roast profile? Because nothing's wrong for me, okay? But since we have it, we're going to look at it. Okay. All right. This is like peeking under the hood of somebody's, inner going-ons. Okay, Rwanda. Okay, the loss. So these are important things to me as a roaster. Maybe not to you, but to me. So when I roast a coffee, I want to know the loss. How much weight loss did the coffee go through from when it was green to when it was roasted? And that can give me a range a percentage to let me know I'm in the right percentage, in the right range, if I want to make sure it's a typical light roast of this coffee or a typical medium roast of this coffee. For example, the loss rate here of this Rwandan, 12.4%, on the money in terms of a light roasted coffee in my book. Okay. This is really nice data that it creates for you. It's more advanced than mine because it's not all like my heat and my fan are not documented in my RoastPath because I don't have the wiring. So everything is manual for the most part. Okay, we got first crack at 9:59. Okay, and then what do we call bounce? What's bounce? Is that your turnaround time? Okay, turnaround time, and I'm guessing this is not Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's centigrade. Okay, fuel at 65%. Okay, air's at a 30. Okay, first crack. Okay, different play with the air on here. That's different. You're going low, medium, 0, and then low, and then medium. Interesting. Okay. I generally go from low, medium, high. That's it. That's all I do throughout the roast. Okay. First crack. When it begins, in the middle of first crack, everything is 0 for some reason. And the end of first crack is at, this is a little confusing. First crack P, what's P? And then first crack E. First crack P is 9 minutes 59. First crack E is 8 minutes 47. Okay. The end of first crack, let's call it that, 8:47. Okay. I'm just confused that it's the first crack is later time and then the end of first crack is earlier. I don't really get that. Maybe you can explain it to me. All right, the total roast time is 10 minutes and 43 seconds. The bean temp is 203.5. What is that in Fahrenheit? I mean, yeah, what is that in Fahrenheit? 397. Okay, yeah. Fahrenheit. All right, yeah. And that's why it tastes full. I think it still has a really great body because of this finishing temp, 397. But still retain all of the acidity and the zing in there, right? The bounce. I'm guessing that's turning point at a minute. Wow, it turned around quick. But let's remember the capacity of this roaster. What was the batch size? 450. Okay, so you don't roast full 500, so you roast a little bit under that. So a full batch size for you on this coffee was 450 gram. When you're done roasting, you get 394, and then that's how you calculate your loss, which is 12.4%. Okay, yeah, and that's why your turnaround is earlier than, say, mine, which is 1,000 grams straight up, a full batch. My turnaround will be like 145, 147, like that. Okay. Hey, everything checks out. Let's look at the roast curve here. So we have a steep incline here, lots of power. What's the charge? 171. Charge is 375. Okay. Steep incline, no soak. Right? Yep, no soak. We've had 65 fuel. I guess it's 65% fuel. We got a peak ROR of what? Doesn't say on here. But it looks high as hell. It looks high. Okay. Cool. And then we have a steady decline here. And probably around first crack right here. And then you ride out the middle phase for quite some time. I'm guessing this is your, yeah, because the whole roast is 10 minutes 43. So you're ending first crack. You're also noting second crack in here, which is interesting. A little different. Like you said, you already warned me. I get it. I know. And that way it retains a lot of that zing in the cup. But you've developed the middle for a good amount of time. And so I don't taste anything weird in the cup, any defect or anything unbalanced. This is a really nice lemon, Arnold Palmer sort of coffee, okay? Arnold Palmer, fudge, brownie, raspberry coulis, and what was this one? Cream, orange soda. All right, Sumatra. Let's move on to this one. The loss was 15.7%. Checks out. Checks out. For a medium roast, I'm looking at maybe 14 to 16% loss, depending on the coffee, right? If we have a darker coffee, it may be a little bit less than that. If we have, or not a darker coffee, if we have a high elevation coffee, it may be less than that. If you have a low elevation coffee, it may be more. Okay, so just depending on how much the green can take. Oh, batch size is different again here too. So 420 instead of 450. So you don't just blanket size your batch sizes. Interesting. Why is that, Jord? Just curious. Okay, we got first crack at 9:23. The whole roast is 11 minutes and 53 seconds with a finishing temp of 209, 408. Yeah, all checks out to me. Nice long middle, a little bit longer third phase, beautiful curve. Your airplay is different. It's interesting. You're like low, medium, low, medium. Now, let's remember that every machine's a little different. They have their own way, the way that the manufacturer made that machine to work. So it doesn't matter if I do low, medium, high. That just works for my machine. Where Jord can do low, medium like that and get really great tasting coffee. I don't taste any smoke in the cup, right? So we're not getting any weird smoke in the cup where we're like, oh, why are we tasting this, right? We're not tasting anything weird in the cup. So if this works for you, shoot, it works, right? And that's what I'm saying with every roaster who comes to me and is like, how do I do this? It's like, well, you have to look at the capability of your machine. What is it made to do? Okay? Because a machine is just a machine. And you as the roaster are just using what your machine can do to get the best roast it can make. Cool. That all looks good to me. Oh, the other one here, Rwanda. Okay, and then the Peruvian. Okay, even more smaller batch, 386. And then the end roasted weight was 333 with a loss rate of 13.7. So I'd call that medium. Sometimes that could still be light, which it does have a light vibe going on to it, I would call it a light medium. Yeah, I could call that a light medium. Again, for my standards versus yours, different types of coffees, the number is just a number. The number tells us as roasters if we're in the range of what we typically do for this coffee. Okay, so my 13% to your 13%, kind of a moot point, unless we're comparing apples to apples, not apples, orange, apple. You know what I'm saying? The variables, they need to match up exactly, which they rarely do from some person on YouTube to wherever you're at. And I'm talking to everybody at this point, okay? First crack's at 8:16. Yep. Total roast time, 10:27. Bean temp is 207, 404, okay? Yeah, a higher finishing temp. That's where that roastiness, the roastier, is coming from, and I think that's why you deemed it a medium, But these numbers, if we just look at numbers, you might be like, oh, this could be a light, a medium light, light medium. Okay. In the roast curve, we see this little bump here, right? So this could mean that this coffee is maybe a lower elevation coffee, and maybe the heat got away from us here, and then we cut the heat off maybe a little bit, maybe a little too late. That's why we get this spike and we get this sharp decline down. Now, I'm not going to row you or anything like that. All right, I'm just saying, like, the curves show us how much control we had over our roast, and that's why a roast that can have like light numbers can still taste a little roastier than maybe usual. Still super good, but I taste that roastiness. So it's wise for you to go, that's medium. Now, if I didn't know your numbers, I would just go take it at face value, which is what a typical customer does, right? I don't know the numbers when you give me something. I just drink it and I go, hey, this tastes like medium. And then we call it a day, right? But you give me these numbers, now I go, ooh, there's a breadcrumb trail to follow, which is just fun and interesting, and we nerd out on stuff like this, roasters, you know? So, I don't know, was I right? Or what? And I'm not giving you a hard time. It's an excellent tasting coffee. But that's exactly, I'm just saying that because that's exactly what I would do. I would just go, hey, this tastes a little medium. I'm going to call it medium, you know, even though my numbers may say different. But that's why you always got to check your stuff. You know, you got to check, you got a cup, you got to check. You're roasting, the numbers all look good, but they're just numbers. And at the end of the day, it's what's in the cup. It's what's in the cup. Coffee's fun, isn't it? All right. Well, I am all caffeined up. I'm ready to go to my meeting. Thank you, Jordan, for preparing me for my next meeting here. What I'm going to do is pour these guys into a little pour over cup for myself and take these upstairs and go kill it in my meeting. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. You can always send me coffee to cup. My P.O. box is in the description. It's an honor for me to taste and share all of this with you. I'm really thankful to all of you who have been just like subscribing and to the channel and having cool conversations with me about coffee, about this thing that we love. And I don't think I say it enough, so thank you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.